Let me say this plainly. You don't sabotage your life because you're lazy. You sabotage it when it starts asking more of you than you feel like you're ready to carry. That moment when things finally get clear, when the opportunity finally shows up, when momentum finally starts building, that's when you hesitate. That's when you overthink. That's when you pull back. Not because things are going wrong, but because they're finally going right. Most people think self sabotage looks like recklessness or self destruction. It doesn't. It looks like delay. It looks like caution. It looks like merely being realistic. But what's actually happening is this: you're not afraid of failure, you're afraid of what success will require from you. Here's how this plays out in real life: you finally get clarity, then you start questioning it. You pray for direction and then you start feeling overwhelmed when it actually comes, or you ask God for change, and then the minute you see that this change is about to happen, you start to miss the familiarity of where you were before. You say you want growth, but then you hesitate when it asks something of you, when you need more courage, more consistency, or more leadership to make it happen. So you slow it down. You poke holes in it. You wait a little bit longer until the time is right. Then you tell yourself, you're just being wise, just being patient. This is exactly what happens in Numbers 13 and 14. God delivers Israel from Egypt. He promises them land, he promises them freedom and inheritance, and they were right at the edge of it. Moses sends out spies into the land, and here's the key you got to see. They all see the same future, the same land, the same abundance, the same opportunity, but they all don't interpret it the same way. Some say, yeah, this is good, but we can't handle it. They focus on the giants. They focus on the risk. They focus on how small they feel. Only Joshua and Caleb say, if God is with us, we can go forward. The tragedy here is not that Israel lacked promise. They had the promise. The tragedy is that the promise exposed their own fear of responsibility and their lack of faith. Here's where popular advice gets it wrong all the time. People say, just believe harder, or just be more confident, or think positive, manifest it. But none of that addresses the real issue. Self-sabotage isn't a belief problem, it's a trust problem. Israel didn't doubt the land existed. They knew the land existed. They saw the land. The spies, all 12 of them, put their eyes on the land. They doubted that they could live up to the challenge. And this is why I created Move Past the Past, because this is not something to hype you up, but to help you release that internal narrative that makes growth feel unsafe. If you've ever noticed yourself pulling back, right when things start moving forward, when things start working, then this reset is for you, because you've got to deal with that stuff in the past so that you can move into the future. I want you to take it at your own pace, no pressure, but I want you to receive these honest words that are inspired from God's word so that you know that there's a possibility to move forward in your life, not look back and not self-sabotage and not throw things off of the track. So here's the shift that changes everything. Maybe the resistance you're feeling isn't a warning sign. Maybe that resistance is a growth signal. Maybe the fear isn't telling you to stop. Maybe it's the fear is actually telling you that this next season requires a stronger version of trust, a stronger version of faith. Israel wanted freedom, but they wanted it without the responsibility. God was offering them both. Your future isn't asking you to be fearless, but it is asking you to stop letting fear vote. You don't need to rush. You don't need to prove anything. You just need to stop retreating from the very thing you prayed for. I pray this resonated with you and that you received something today. I know that it's just diagnosing the problem, and that's why we created the Move Past the Past, because we can go deeper into all of these issues that keep us from our future selves. But please remember, this throne only points to one thing: your royalty. Live royal, fam. Until next time, love y'all.